heart say amen. Let every heart say amen. Truly, it's good to be alive. That was good if you woke yourself up this morning. But when you recognize who's been keeping you, Lord will perfect that concerning me. Sooner or later, turn in my favor. Oh, yes, it's turning around for me. It won't always be like this. Lord will perfect that concerning me. Oh, sooner or later, He's gonna turn in your favor. If you believe it, just wave your hand and just say, He's turning around for me. Nudge your neighbor and say, neighbor, no matter what you're going through, He's turning it around for you. Now give Him praise. You got to act like this. Turn in my favor, sooner or later. Turn in my favor, sooner or later. It just turn. You believe it? Wave your hands. Sooner or turn. Turn in my favor. Oh, yeah. He's turning around for me. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. He's turning around. See, you made it this far because He turned some things around for you. I know I'm not the only person who has seen Him turn some things around. Things that could have went wrong, should have went wrong, and would have went wrong if He hadn't turned that thing around. Oh, turn it around for me. Grab your Bibles. Oh, yes, He is. Turn it around. See, for what gonna make it, but He turned it around. Yes, He did. Psalm 137. Be long, but I show love the fact that we're here to celebrate history. History of our people. But I believe there ought to be about 50, and I'll make 51 who can testify that we got history with God. Not just black history, but everybody been through something where you've seen God move. Psalm 137. Thank Uncle Dr. O.C. Jones for getting up at 92, just celebrated his 92nd birthday. And the good thing about his vigor, vitality, is the fact that he woke me up this morning and said he was ready to come. Amen. So I'm grateful for that, and to so many friends, family, I see you, and God bless you. The 137th number Psalm, I want to deal with verses 1 through verse 4. Just read 4. by the rivers of Babylon. There we sat down. Yes, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our hearts upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us captive required of us a song. And they that wasted us required of us murder. Saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? I thought I was at a church filled with people who really been through something and you know what part of scripture to shout on. Let me say it again. By the rivers of Babylon, we sat down and we wept when we remembered Zion. That's it. That's it. That's it. I want to talk very briefly from the subject. I've come too far to turn around now. If you can testify to that fact, look at the person that's sitting beside you and just tell them, I've come too far to turn around now. That got to be the wrong neighbor because they didn't celebrate what God brought you. Turn to the other person and tell them, neighbor, I've come too far to turn around now. Now give God praise for where He... Listen, in this house of worship, we are surrounded by individuals who have made it this far. And I just believe that if you are honest with yourself, you have had some bad circumstances where you did not think that you were going to make it. But the fact that you're still here, through all of the ups and all of the downs, through all of the smiles and all of the frowns, is an example and a testimony that God has brought you too far. The thing that I want you to understand this afternoon is the fact that whoever got up in front of the podium and told you, Deacon Beverly, that every day when you meet Jesus, it's going to be peaches and cream. When you accept Jesus Christ, you're never going to have any financial troubles. You're always going to have good friends. Your credit will always get it. You're going to always have food on the table. Whoever told you that, let me go ahead and bust your bubble, they lied to you. Because in this life, we've got to understand that some rain has got to fall. Don't you understand that the strength of any saint comes from struggle? If you've never really been through something, then you don't know how to appropriate God's praise the right way. But when you have been down to your last dime and your bills were still paid, you know how to praise God the right way. Because you consider where you were when God found you. Every now and then, you don't have to have the choir to sing. You don't have to have the musicians to play. All you need is a flashback of some hardships that you've been in, some trials you've been in, some difficulties you've been in. All you need is to remember that you were in them, but God brought you through them. Can I get one witness in this house who can testify that it was by God's grace? You didn't earn it, you didn't deserve it, but God saw fit to bring you through it all. And so, when I look sometimes will orchestrate and align situations that will put you in the proper posture to give him the right level of praise. I believe that if we look at the pericope of the passage, we'll understand that it is organized in a way for us to see that before praise came, struggle came. Understand that we arrive at the site and the scene of this particular scripture, they had already been through something. And because they had already been through something, because they already had history with God, they understood that if God had delivered them before, he was able, y'all not going to help me in this house, to do it again. So one thing about the text that I saw was, he said, by the rivers of Babylon. Now understand that Babylon was a place that was not like God. It was a place of uncomfortability. It was a place of circumstance. It was a place of situation. It was a place that was not conducive to the character of a believer. And sometimes God will allow you to be in circumstances that are not always comfortable. Some people get so comfortable in church that you won't give God the right level of praise and credit for being God. So what he has to do is stir your mess. Why is it that you are going through what you're going through? It's because God is trying to get a particular praise out of you. As I look at the platform of my own personal experiences, I learned that wounded people really know how to worship. Wounded people know how to worship because they understand, as the songwriter and the psalmist said, I know that my help comes from. And since he inhabits the praises of his people, the word inhabit simply means to dwell. So in order to get God in your circumstance, you got to give him praise. I've come to discover that many people do not give him the right level of worship and praise because they have not appropriated and or accessed the value of who he is. Can I go back and slow down for you? Listen, so many people really don't understand the value of God until they experience a situation without God. Y'all ain't heard me yet. Have you ever said that I'll try to do it, and the more you try to do it, the worse it gets? But I believe I hear somebody who sang a song many years ago, I cannot walk this highway by myself. I'm going to preach by myself. They were in Babylon.
All right. Yeah.
Scripture says that they wept when they remembered Zion. Is there anybody here who can take a look back to the promise God gave you? The promise was Zion. And when you recognize, no matter what your circumstances look like, all you have to do is reflect on the promise. But then it says that we hung our harps on the willows in the middle of our mess. Now, I began to look at the text from every perspective and angle because I could not understand why they would hang up their instruments of praise. And then the Lord spoke to me as I drove up today, and he tapped me on the shoulder. I answered him, and he said, the reason that they hung their harps up because I needed their hands to be free. In other words, God wants you to be liberated in the middle of your mishap. But then he says, those that carried us away, they required a song. They wanted to hear something. And what got me was that they didn't want to hear just any song.
All right.
But the captors, watch this, they wanted to hear a song, watch this, of Zion. There are some people who don't mind you doing better, they just don't want you to do better than them. I'm talking to myself. There are some people who want you to succeed, but don't want you to succeed farther than them. So I kind of like it when the enemy says, give us one of your songs. I'm looking at your lifestyle. I see that you are in captivity, but your posture has not changed. You still have your countenance. There are some people around you who will plot and plan your downfall, and because you don't have your head hung down, they won't understand why you smiling and everything wrong. They won't understand why you smiling and everybody's stabbing you in the back. But when you think about the promise that God that already made you, I'm not going to worry about what it looked like. The Bible says I'm walking by faith and not by sight. And sometimes God will allow you to see it because He wants you to faith it. So the question comes, as I ask you today, how can we sing the Lord's song in an unfamiliar place? First of all, as I looked at the program, it says Black History. And so the truth be told, the moral ethic about where we have come from is apparent that we've been through some stuff. Can we just be real? We've been through some stuff. But then I'm an avid word studier, and so when I look at the Greek word for black, it simply means marvelous. In other words, it's a dark place. But then when I look at the word history, it says you have been through something. Y'all didn't catch that. Let me talk to y'all over here. In other words, it's a dark place, but history says you didn't have to. Let me move over here. In other words, is there anybody in here who has ever had a dark place, but God can brought you through it? I'll go ahead and praise Him by myself. So when we look at the text, we find that the children of Israel were now suspended in a place where their worship was imminent, because sometimes you don't have to go and run and tell God about your problems. Go ahead and turn to your problems and tell your problems about your God. And I just believe that if you want to be set free, if you want to be delivered, stop talking about it and start praying about it. Tell grandmother used to sing a song that said, just a little talk with Jesus will make everything all right. And I don't know how you feel about it, but the truth be told, when you remember certain songs, they take you to a certain place. Story says that a preacher took his wife out one Valentine's Day. And they went to, a jazz bar. And he was trying to be cool, calm, and collected. And as the night went on, story says that he began to pat his foot. But he was still trying to be cool, calm, and collected. Y'all don't like me in this house. He kept on sitting there, trying to be cool, calm, and collected. But the more the band played, not only was his feet moving, but he started patting his hands. Oh Lord, and he still tried to be cool, calm, and collected. The night went on, and the band kept kept on playing. And not only was his foot moving and his hand was patting, but then his head started to move. And his wife looked over at him and she said, "Baby, what are you doing?" She said, "You know you are a preacher, and preachers don't move like that." The preacher looked at his wife and said, "I heard a song that made me remember back in the day. I don't know what your song is, but there ought to be a song that makes you remember where you were when God changed your life. I don't know what your song is. Maybe your song is, I don't know how I got over." And if that's not your song may have been, "Got me over." Oh Lord, our great Jehovah, clear from through the barren land. If that wasn't your song, I don't know what your song could have been. But my song, when he saved me, was simply just like this. "Father, I stretch my hands to thee." No other help I know. That was my song. And as I got older, I changed songs, because the more I grew, the more I experienced God. I found myself with my back up against the wall. I found myself between the rock and the hard place. But then I understood that on the other side there was a blessing. And when I look back and see how I made it, I look back and see where he brought me from, I started to say, "He's sweet, I know. Yes, he is. He's sweet, I know. Storm clouds may rise, storm winds may blow, but I tell the world, wherever I go, I found a Savior, and he's sweet, I know." Shake your neighbor's hand. Go ahead and grab your neighbor's hand. Don't be afraid of them. Just grab their hand and tell them, "Neighbor, I've been through too much not to give him praise. Neighbor, I've been through too much not to give him praise." And the good thing about it, after all you've been through, after all you've been through, is there anybody here? Is there anybody here who can worship God and simply tell your neighbor, "I don't look like all the hell I've been through. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yes, he will." Grab you one more person. Grab you one more person. I know I'm worrying you, but can I trouble you one more time? Somebody sitting here and saying it don't take all of that, but if you only knew what I've been through, if you only knew what I've been through, and the fact that God brought me through it. Is there anybody here who can just lift your hands and rap back and tell God, "I survived it all. I survived it all. I survived it all." Y'all don't like me in here. I survived it all through tear-stained eyes. I survived it all through ups and downs. I survived it all through heartache and pain. I survived it all through storm and rain. I survived it all. He's been good. He's been good. Yes, he has. One more thing I want to tell you. Grab the person's hand that's standing beside you. Don't because I want you to know what it feels like to hold the hand of somebody that made it over, somebody who made it over. For every mountain, God brought me over. For every valley, God brought me through. For every blessing, I say hallelujah. But for what He got me in, I give God praise. High five your neighbor and say, I survived. I survived. I survived. The story of Joseph is good. The praise of David is good. The story of Paul is good. But that dead and gone now. Martin Luther King, the story was good. Rosa Parks, the story is good. That dead and gone now. But I'm a living testimony, and I'm still here to give God the praise. I'm still here through car accidents. I'm still here through bad marriages. I'm still here through one surgery. Listen. We have a reason to give God praise. Maybe you're sitting here and you can't sing, can't play any instruments. I want to tell you that the first instrument of praise that God gave you is connected to your body. Grandmother said, if I can't say a word, I'll just wave my hand. Now I know you clean, you dignified, but if God has ever brought you through anything, just wave your hand. Just wave your hand, wave your hand, wave your hand. Now just tell Him thank you right where you are. That was good, but if you really done it, tell Him thank you. Listen, don't leave here the same way you came. Somebody needs to see you praise God because they saw you going through what you went through. And while you were going through it, there were two types of people watching you. There were one group of people watching you hoping that you didn't make it. But there were some other people praying that you would make it. And you may ask the question, I wonder why somebody else would be praising God that I make it. Because a lot of times they're going through the same thing and they say, if you can make it, then I can make it. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm not shame, shy, bashful, and I'm not a hater. When I see God delivering my neighbor. I'm not the smartest, and sharpest tool in the shed, but I do know that He's blessing my neighbor. At least he's in the neighborhood. And one thing I discovered about God is he don't mind passing out blessings. Turn around, turn around. So right now what you're going through, God will turn it. God will turn it. No matter who in the White House, God is still on the throne. No matter what policies they make, what laws they make, the Bible says, and the government shall be on his shoulders. I believe. The reason you here in this place is because you know God will turn it around. You're not concerned what's happening on Capitol Hill. I know what happened on Calvary's Hill. And I'll sit down because I know y'all don't really like it, but let me go ahead and tell you, the reason I'm not worried about the problems that I'm going through is because on a hill far away stood an old rugged cross. It was an emblem of suffering and shame. It was an emblem that brought my salvation, and that was the key that hit the foundation of earth and turn that thing all the way around. And then a man named Jesus hung on the cross. And there's a song that Sister Bird used to sing many years ago. He would not come down. Because he's sovereign, he could have. But because he's the Savior, he did not. Then Pastor Marshall, this is the good thing about why we're here today. Because when they took him off the cross, they put him somewhere. They put him somewhere. And songwriter said the grave couldn't hold him. That's something when the grave can't hold you, because that's pretty tough. And the story said that they put him in a borrowed tomb. Borrowed. And if you're honest, when you borrow something, Sister Young, you got to give it back. They thought that they was setting him back, but really it was setting him up to make a comeback. And then 3 days later, they went looking for him. Sister White, they went searching for him. And when they got there, they couldn't find him. They couldn't find him. Where have y'all laid him, Pastor Marshall? Where did y'all put him? I was at the funeral. I was at the crucifixion. But I don't see his body. I'm teaching you here to have me through. They saw 2 things when they looked in. They saw some clothes balled up in a corner by themselves. But then they saw a napkin that was neatly folded. And for those of you who are seasoned saints, you know what a neatly folded napkin will be. Can I help my generation today? My great-grandfather, Otis Jones, used to sit and eat at the table every night with me. And I would watch him eat those candy yams, Sister Young, and those peas, and that other meat that I can't pronounce, but the meat just fell off the bone. But he would always leave a little bit on his plate for me to finish. But what would happen is, while he's eating, he would excuse himself from the table. And then he would come back. I never touched his food while he was away from the table. Because his napkin was still folded. And the folded napkin simply signified that he wasn't done yet. So when they looked in the tomb and saw the napkin was folded, it signified that he was not done yet. not done
He's not done.
moving on your behalf. I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road was going to be easy, but I just don't believe that God would bring me this far in order to leave me where I am. And I'm telling somebody sitting on these padded pews, God did not bring us where He had brought us to leave our destiny in the hands of 45. Give God praise.